came from all over Africa and also from the Caribbean and also from the diaspora. So the stage has now been transferred from Paris, Manchester, and was now centered in Africa, where there was a lot of work to do, not only in terms of liberating the continent, but also in getting independence and forging African unity. There were legitimate governments as well as revolutionary governments in waiting. And there were other people who were involved in the long struggle of liberation. So whilst the first conference was organized by the 8 independent African countries, then Ghana, Ethiopia, Guinea, Liberia, Libya, Morocco, Tunisia, and Egypt, the problems immediately that came about was that there were people who were saying that a gradualist approach to African unity was better than that immediate African unity that Nkrumah was looking for. So we had the Morovia group who were formed to attract the 24 newly independent states, and they wanted the gradualist group. They were suspicious of the speed for unity, and they started organizing their own conferences. But Nkrumah was in a hurry, and he formed with Guinea. He formed a union with Guinea and Mali. That became the Ghana-Guinea-Mali Union. Because what he's saying is that let's get practical unity by forging unity amongst countries and not just waiting for an institution to help us through that unity. Had his own flag, they had their own flag, and the idea was that with the red, gold, and green flag, which had one state Ghana, one state for Guinea, and one star for Mali, what we're going to get as other countries joined, we would have different stars. And you all notice that the flag for the European Union probably started with 7 stars, and as people joined, more stars. So this was that original intention, and we are talking about a time when the European Union had not been formed. These were advanced concepts from people. To resolve this problem, Haile Selassie said, and I quote here, "We know that there are differences amongst us. Africans enjoy different cultures, distinctive values, special attributes, but we also know that unity can be and has been attained amongst men of the most disparate origins. That difference of race, religion, of culture, of tradition are no inseparable obstacles to the coming together of our people. History teaches us that unity is strength and cautions us to submerge and overcome our differences in the quest for common goals, to strive with all our combined strength for the path to true African brotherhood and unity. Unless the political liberty for which Africans have for so long struggled is complemented and bolstered by a corresponding economic and social growth, the breath of life which sustains our freedom may flicker out." Essentially, the gradualist approach to unity means that our oppression still continues, because if we had listened to Nkrumah, who had the clarity when he stated that no independent African state today by itself has a chance to follow an independent course of economic development. Many of us who've tried to do this have been almost ruined or have had to return to the fold of the former colonial rulers. This position will not change unless we have a unified policy working at the continental level. We need a unified economic planning for Africa. Until the economic power of Africa is in our hands, the masses can have no real concern and no real interest for safeguarding our security, for ensuring the stability of our regimes, and for bending their strength to the fulfillment of our ends. With our limited resources, energies, and talents, we have the means, as soon as we show the will, to transform the economic structures of our individual states from poverty to that of wealth, from inequality to the satisfaction of popular needs. Only on a continental basis shall we be able to plan the popular civilization of all our resources for the full development of our continent. These words are true and these are clear, but this is the vision that Nkrumah had for African unity. And the words are relevant now as they were in the past.